Hello, Prina here for an episode of The Ways to Change Your Workplace, all in relation to 4 types of organizational change that you can have within your workplace. Now, for people who are looking at this on the YouTube video, there's a grid that I am talking to. And for people tuning in to the podcast episode, I have added a link to the grid that I'm talking to, as well as a YouTube video, so you can learn a little bit more about it. So, 4 types of organizational change is what I want to talk to you about today. And on this grid, I have an axis, and at the top axis is change, and on the side is trust. So I'm going to be talking about change in relation to change and trust. So in the bottom left-hand corner, we have an element of low trust and low change. And I'm calling this aspect of low trust and low change in relation to organizational change a sinking ship. And it's a sinking ship because of the fact that it's stagnant. There's potentially a toxic culture as well. And something is clearly broken if it is a case that there's low trust and low change within your organization. We then move up to the quadrant in relation to the top left-hand quadrant. Now, here we have high change and low trust. What does that mean? I'm calling this section flying blind. And we're flying blind because of the fact there could be blind faith on your change, even though there's no trust, people are just going ahead with it willy-nilly, or there's an apathy. And if there's a feeling of apathy within your workplace, then that talks to deep cultural issues. And that really does talk to a sense of mistrust. We also then, in these kind of organizational cultures, see presenteeism being really rife. So that's why I've called that top left quadrant flying blind, because you have high change happening within your workplace, but a low element of trust. And that's not what we want. So whilst change happens, it doesn't happen organically and it doesn't happen easily, let's just say, within that aspect. And then in the bottom right quadrant, we have high trust but low change. And I'm calling this on board and ready to take flight. People are on board because of the fact that there's high trust, and they're ready to take flight whenever you decide whatever you want to change is. All people need here in this instance is someone to take charge. They need direction, and then people will flourish. So that is a potential for organizations where there's high trust already happening. Change is often easier to impact within the organization. And then the ideal, where we have high change as well as high trust. And for people who are watching on the YouTube video, that's in the top right quadrant. And I am calling this section plain sailing. Plain sailing because of the fact that you have high trust and you've got high change happening within the organization. In this instant, people will understand and believe in your vision for change. These people will be your allies, and the change will be very, very easy to implement within your workforce. So, I'm all about finding good ways to change your workplace. I hope I've posed you with some questions as to where you are. Where are you in your organizational change continuum? Is your organization a sinking ship? Are people flying blind? Are people on board and ready to take flight? Or is it just plain sailing and is everything easy in relation to your organizational change? Let me know. And if you've got any questions, as always, drop me a direct message or send me an email. Ciao for now.